one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. Just gotta mean something, you. They gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado,
Free smoke.
look. Scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much I have you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa Bars forever, like they decided to throw me under Slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Winning has a price. And leadership has a price.
Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last.
Welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Saint. I am your host, Saint. We are back. Listen, we got a lot to talk about, but listen, I appreciate you for joining me on another episode. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to stop by here and kick it with me. So I appreciate you for that, but we got a word of the day. We actually got 2 words of the day. 2 words of the day. I'm trying to contemplate, do I want to curse this early? Because one of the words is indeed a curse word. Listen, the word of the day, 2 words of the day, the words of the day, if you will, because it's plural, not singular. Listen, dumb asses, dumb ass. It's actually 3 words of the day, but see, dumbass and dumbasses is plural and singular. Dumbass is one person. That's a singular term. Dumbasses is multiple people I'm calling dumbasses. That's plural, okay? The other word of the day, nepotism. So nepotism is described when somebody of power and high position put somebody on in their family or somebody they know. They give them a position that they might not be qualified for over somebody who might be qualified for said position. Nepotism. And the reason that's the word of the day, and those 2 words coincide, is because this LeBron James and Bronny thing that's going on right now. I'm seeing people be hyper critical of Bronny right now. I'm seeing people be hyper focused in on Bronny just to say, oh, he shouldn't be an NBA player. He only in the league because of his dad. To that, I would respond, so what? So what if he in the league because of his dad? LeBron James worked his whole life to put his family in position to be successful. At one point in time, LeBron James was working to put his mom and himself in a better position. And then it got to a point, can't talk, where he tried to put his mom, himself, and his wife in position. Then his kid, he had a kid. So now he's trying to put him, his wife, his son, his mom, any other person in his family in position to be successful. Eventually, LeBron became a successful person and his family grew. In the midst of his family growing, he became even more successful. Do you think LeBron do you think the motivation and the successes that he had were his children and his family and working hard to put them in a better position? If that's the goal in life, how can you be mad at LeBron James for putting his son in a position to be in the NBA? And it's also not like his son didn't work to also be put in this position. Was it easier for him to be in the position he in? Possibly, because of LeBron. But it still was work that had to happen for him to get to this position also. Now, my biggest problem with people having a problem with LeBron James and Bronny is nepotism has been happening in sports and in business and in the world for a very long time. And it seems as though you only call it out. People only call it out if they don't like the person that's being like, they don't like the nepotism baby, I guess is what they call people, or they don't like the parent. So they either don't like the person that's got the money or the person that's receiving the money because of somebody. That's the only time y'all call it out, which I don't even understand how this is a thing. Because like I said before, as a parent, wouldn't your goal be, or as just a human being in general, if you become successful, don't you want to put the people that you love and care about in a better position to be successful and make money? I thought that was the goal in life. Or maybe I'm confused. Maybe the goal is just for the individual to be successful and everybody else just got to get it how they live, because I got everything from my bootstraps. You know what I'm saying? I had to pull myself up from my bootstraps and get it out the mud. So you got to do the same. If you got that way of thinking, then, you know, cool. But I thought normal individuals, when they become successful, they thought to themselves, now how can I put everybody else on so they can get money and they can have an easier life and enjoy life in a different rate now? But maybe I'm wrong. However, I like to point you to the NFL, where damn near every team got nepotism in it in some form or fashion. The entire Jones family damn near work in the Cowboys front office. Now, some people might say, try to be smart and say, well, some of those guys got degrees to work there. You don't think Jerry Jones' money helped them get those degrees? You don't think because of who Jerry Jones is, it was easier for those kids to get the higher education learning in private schools, the best colleges, money out of the yin yang to afford? And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, because as a father, as Jerry Jones, if I were Jerry Jones, I would do the exact same thing for my kids. But if you want to call out nepotism for LeBron and Bronny, then how can you not call it out for the Jones family and the Cowboys? How can you not call it out for Andy Reid hiring his sons? Bill Belichick when he was hiring his sons? Robert Kraft when he hiring his family? All these teams in the NFL that's got owners who hire family members, GMs that hire family members, coaches that hire family members. I don't see nobody calling that out. I see no problem, people. I don't see nobody constantly having problems with that. But for some reason now, you have a problem with Bronny being in the league. This is also one of those things I call broke people problems, because normal people trying to make money don't give a damn about something like this. They don't shun on it. As a matter of fact, they look at it and say, I want to be in a position like that someday, because that's what I did. When I saw Bronny get an opportunity to play in the league, I said, man, I hope I'm in a position one day to give my kids a better opportunity at life, to make life way easier. I could care less if you got people who like, man, he had it easy growing up. Yes, that is the goal, for my kids to have it easy growing up. But not just for them to have it easy, for them to have it easy and be able to have any opportunity they want to be successful and to venture off into what they want to do. That's what having money help you do. That's why I never understand why people shun money all the time. Maybe you don't like the individual with the money, but saying that money is the problem is crazy. People be like, money don't solve all your problems. I've been broke for a long time. That shit doesn't solve anything. Okay? I'm just telling you. But this nepotism thing, and the people who, and this is where our second word of the day comes in, To the people who always come, have a problem with nepotism, you're a dumbass. You're a group of dumbasses. It makes no sense that this is something that you spend time thinking about. It makes no sense that this is something that you care this highly about. Because I done seen broke people in their everyday life who have higher positions at things and they put their kids on. The Chinese spot got their kids working there left and right from a young jit. As long as the food tastes good, I don't see y'all never having a problem with it. But for some reason, when it comes to a higher scale of things, when people put their kids on, you got a problem with it. I don't understand that. Most of these kids could not work. You think Bronny ever had to work a day in his life if he chose not to? He'd be just fine. This motherfucker chose to try to become a great basketball player. So, all of y'all who shout nepotism, bro, eat a dick. All right. This is what being broke for too long gets you. A deteriorated mind. Because Jesus Christ, it is absolutely embarrassing to me that this is a thing. And y'all weirdos on Twitter who tweet shit just for likes, and because Twitter is just a pool of miserable people. Yes, you got the rare few accounts that's actually good accounts, that's decent account, but for the most part, Twitter has become just Elon Musk is a piece of shit, and Twitter is a reflection of that. It's just, I thought Twitter was bad before. It's far worse now. But if you have an issue with LeBron James putting his child on, then you better have a problem with every person in life. You better not put your children on. You better be hard as hell on. You better be like, yo, when I die, I'm leaving you nothing. Okay? I'm leaving you nothing. I had to work for every single. Now imagine a dumbass dying and leaving all their money to nobody. How ignorant would that be? And this is the thing I don't think people understand in life, bros. For everybody who say, I had to get it on my own, nobody gave me a chance, that's just not true. I truly believe every single person, whether you realize it or not, has been given an opportunity, a chance, or some form of biasness to get ahead at something at some point in time in life. It's no way you've been the ugly duckling your entire life. It's no way. I know some bad people who done been given favoritism at some point in time in their life. That's just how the world works. So getting mad at nepotism, somebody working hard to put their seed in a better position. Come on, man. That's the goal. You should be working hard so you can make it easier for your people. Y'all get mad at Deion Sanders because of his son is playing for the team. Mind you, his son gonna be a top pick in the draft this year. His son would have been a top pick in the draft last year. I don't understand the nepotism thing at all, but Lord knows I don't understand it when you're trying to go at a dude who actually is talented, who is actually one of the top quarterbacks in college. I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. This obsession with hating professional athletes or college players, I just don't get it. I don't get it. But those were the words of the day. Now, to get into the show. I want you to know, I mean, no disrespect to no other country when I talk about the Olympics, specifically mainly basketball, because I do watch a lot of the other Olympics, but I don't know enough about them to be sitting here talking about them. However, I mean, no disrespect. I'm just a homer. With that being said, fuck Serbia and fuck Japan. We put our foots in their asses respectfully. Listen, Team USA, the men, they beat Serbia 110-84. And the USA women, they beat Japan 102 to 76. Foots were firmly put in asses. You dig what I'm saying? Just a lovely sight if you rock with Team USA. I saw Team USA won with their table tennis. Shout out to them. You know, I'm looking forward to our Olympic sprinters winning. Every sport that our swimmers. I saw Katie Ledecky finishing third in something, but you know, shout out to all the Team USA. Simone Biles battling through an injury scare. Another female, I gotta get her name. Another woman who young lady dominated. She the first one of the first gymnasts to perform one of Simone's own moves, because Simone got so many moves, because Simone is like fucking Michael Jordan of gymnastics. You know, I remember when I saw Gabby Douglas a couple, years ago, and you just didn't know how far this thing would go. And then you look at Simone Biles just firmly sit. She is the Jordan. Or if you think LeBron is the GOAT, if you think Kobe is the GOAT, whoever you think is the GOAT of the sport that you rock with, that's what Simone Biles is to this gymnast shit. But listen, shout out to all our other Olympians. Looking forward to Sha'Carri, Noah Lyles, the other sprinters whose names that are eluding me right now, and some names I just don't know. But shout out to all the people, all the athletes rocking Team USA on those fits. But shout out to Team USA, both of them, the men and women, getting it done. A'ja Wilson and Stewy. I got to remember to call these women by their full name, because some people don't actually know who I'm talking about if I say they nickname sometimes. Stewy is Brianna Stewart. A'ja is A'ja Wilson. But to me, those are the two best players in the W. A'ja Wilson being the best, Stewy being the second best. But if you think Stewy is the best, I'm not really mad at you. They dominate 24-22 respectfully as they get it done against Team Japan. Kelsey Plum pitched in with 10, I believe 11 points. Chelsea Gray had 13 assists. A dominant performance by Team USA's women team. And also a dominant performance by the men, who I saw people talking crazy about. Oh, they should be scared. Everybody done caught up. Who gives a fuck if people caught up with us? As long as we got them three dudes out there, Steph, Bron, KD, and listen, because LeBron fans gonna be on my neck because I said Curry first. So let me get started over. As long as we got the King out there, King James, and the Chef, and KD, we're good. Hey, listen, we're good. Okay? I don't care how good you think all these other teams are. I don't. To be honest with you, to me, when I hear people say, oh, the other teams done caught up, all that means to me is that this is the best Team USA team we done had, because that means the talent that they played back in the day wasn't what they played now. But saying they caught up does not mean we still ain't gonna put our foot squarely in they asses. Y'all holding too much pressure on them exhibition games, bro. That's exactly what they were, exhibition games. And you know what happened at the end of the day? We won those. If you keep judging the world catching up by us beating their ass by 30 points or 3 points, then sure, rock out with it. But when I think about, has the world caught up? I think to myself, can any of these teams beat the Team USA when the best players from the USA are on that team? Can they beat us with Steph? Well, again, I apologize, Bron stance. Can they beat us when the King, the Chef, and KD are on the team? Can they beat us when AD is on the team? Can they beat us when Ant and Joel Embiid are on the team? Can they beat us when Jayson Tatum, Drew Holiday are on the team? I don't think so. So you can say they caught up, and I agree, meaning they're a lot better than they used to be. But then I look at you and say, you take away Jordan, and I'm replacing a lot of the dudes on that Redeem team or on the Dream team with a lot of the players that's on this team. I'm just being honest. It's backup point guards on that Team USA Dream team that I take Halliburton over. Oh shit! Calm down, Saint. You saying too much. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying. You can say the world caught up, and I'm saying we're still going to win gold. It just is what it is. No team from any of the other countries have a better trio. For one, no other team put together the collection of players that Team USA can put together. That's first. The only chance other teams have is the fact that they've played together so long. Like the team as a whole done played together. These dudes know each other like the back of their. That's the only chance you have. And to where you would hope it's like a college atmosphere where the best team all year got a bunch of number one draft, a bunch of draft lottery players, and like a Tar Heels end up beating them because the Tar Heels players have been together for like 3 years. That ain't happening. Okay? I'm here to tell you that right now. It ain't happening. I'm not telling you that Team USA gonna go out there and beat everybody by 30, 40, 50 points. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Team USA is going to win gold. I don't give a damn how close the games are, how unclose the Team USA is going to win gold. All right? Appreciate you for joining me in my TED Talk. Now, to hop to Team USA or to stay on Team USA, a bit of controversy came out of Team USA. You know, Kevin Durant came back for Team USA in this game, and he balled out. Didn't miss a shot in the first half. He ended the game 5 for 5 from the three-point line. He was finished with, I believe, 24 or 23 points in the game. He looked like Kevin Durant. And I just want to say, matter of fact, I'll get to that when I get to that. But KD came back and had a great game. In the midst of all of that, what did not get lost on a lot of drama fans who love drama, who if it's any inclination that something can present itself as a bigger story, fans are gonna hop on it if it can cause drama. And Jayson Tatum did not play even a second in this game. Now, I don't think that is as big a deal as people are making it out to be, for the simple reason, I'm not saying that Jayson Tatum is not a good enough, because you know how I feel about Jayson Tatum if you watch the show. But if you don't, I think Jayson Tatum is a great player. He is, to me, easily the best player on the Celtics. I get irritated, like I said in the last episode, I get irritated when people compare Jayson Tatum to Jaylen Brown. Jayson Tatum's only issue is sometimes in big games, he is not as aggressive as you would want him to be. And I don't even think it's a lack of aggressiveness as much as it is a lack of inefficiency in big games at times. But I don't think it's a lack of aggressiveness. It's just you look at some of his biggest games, he hella inefficient. But when you watched him in the finals this year, you watched how he maneuvered having to be just a scorer. He wasn't just a scorer. He did so many things well for the Celtics. Plus, I just think it's insane that people look at Jayson Tatum and have a problem with him. Jayson Tatum is easily a great player to me. Like, I have always felt Jayson Tatum was the best player on that Celtic team. To me, the difference maker was Drew Holiday. But that's neither here nor there. Jayson Tatum, I do understand how, mind you, now that I'm thinking about it, because I was about to say I understand how people view him, but actually I understand how smart people in the Celtics view him. Bro, most fans go crazy. Like, most fans will tell you Jayson Tatum is cheeks. Most fans were saying Jaylen Brown was the better player throughout the playoffs. But now all of a sudden they have a problem with Jayson Tatum not playing a single second of the team. This is exactly what I'm saying when I say people just have problems to have problems. People cause issues to cause issues. People really don't care about this shit. They just get bored and want to cause issues for everybody else, because they're broke and have too much time on their hands. And the reason they broke is because they have so much time on their hands. They don't fill that void with anything productive. They just continue to be broke and get online hating on motherfuckers and causing drama. That's just how it go. Nonetheless, off of that tangent, Jayson Tatum, for one, handling it like a pro. That's the first thing, because you knew some of these gossipy ass reporters were gonna be, how do you feel not playing? You know, is there any reason you didn't play? You know, people can say, well, they're just doing their job. That's not a question that you have to ask. For Team USA, KD comes back. Jayson Tatum, like I said again, let me finish my thought. I understand what everybody, the normal people who understand ball, I understand them asking, why could Jayson Tatum not play? However, the way I look at Team USA, the only players on the team who should always play, because I understand there's going to be times where certain players don't play a single second of a game or play like, because to be honest with you, I don't think it was Jayson Tatum not playing. If Jayson Tatum played less than 10 minutes, people would have said something like, why didn't you play Jayson Tatum enough? Like, why didn't he get enough minutes? To me, the only players on Team USA who should be guaranteed playing time without question is the three dudes who didn't have to work out for the team. LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. Because they were the only three that did not have to work out for the team, they immediately were on the team. Those are the only three dudes who, without question, should not be sitting out of any game. We should never have to question why didn't they play enough minutes if it's not a very obvious reason as to why they did not play enough minutes. Now, granted, those are the three starters. Like I done said all along, those are three. To me, it's four dudes who undoubtedly are starters. Embiid is one of them. But it's KD, it's LeBron, Steph, KD, Embiid. The fifth person, in my opinion, should be Drew Holiday or Jayson Tatum. Either or. I would not be mad at either or. But I'm leaning Drew Holiday. But Jayson Tatum could come out and have a great game, and then I say, put Jayson Tatum in it. But I really like how Drew Holiday might be the best one-on-one defender on the team right now. Even better than Tatum. But Tatum is such an elite defender, and he is a longer defender than Drew. And let's be honest, Jayson Tatum going to cause problems out there if he is running at the two with LeBron, Steph, and Embiid out there. Not to mention, anytime Embiid, because Embiid not still fully healthy, so the fact that you can switch Embiid out with AD, because the actual best lineup might actually be with AD on the floor also, with KD, Steph, Tatum, Bron. And Bam having a great run right now. So to me, I do understand to an extent why people, even though I do feel like a lot of times this shit right here is gossipy. I feel like certain questions that's asked by the media don't actually have to be asked. You can get around it with just a little bit of critical thinking. But I guess to an extent I understand it. But because of the way I look at Team USA, because it's not like it's scrubs out there. Now, you do get me when you tell me, and obviously I saw, Derek White played minutes. Now, Derek White did have a good block in there. But Derek White can't get minutes and Jayson Tatum don't play. That just can't happen. And that's where I will go at Steve Kerr. You know, if you watch the show, if you don't watch the show, I love Steve Kerr. I cannot stand how people go at Steve Kerr, because he is so very clearly a great head coach. And if you did a little bit of thinking, a little bit of critical thinking, and stop running your mouth and hopping on Twitter and eating up everything those idiots say, you would understand some of the things that Steve Kerr done went through while being the head coach of the Warriors, and you would respect him even more. But that's neither here nor there. If I have a problem with Steve Kerr, I would say, Steve, it's no way Derek White can play 3 minutes and Jayson Tatum not play 10. Especially when you have Jayson Tatum play none. Jayson Tatum can't keep the warm-up on all game, bro, and watch Derek White go out there and play. Cannot happen. Cannot happen. That would be my only gripe. Aside from that, it's very hard for me to say. Now, granted, I do lean more towards that with Jayson Tatum. Here's the thing, though. Because some people would say, no, you shouldn't start Jayson Tatum in the start lineup. It should be Anthony Edwards. Some people would use my logic for Anthony Edwards, and they would say, no, Anthony Edwards shouldn't be a guy who missed minutes. I don't care about Jayson Tatum missing minutes, as long as Anthony Edwards don't miss them. But to me, and this is another reason why I would say Jaylen Brown, is I don't have any problem with him missing his team. I look at the big three: Bron, Curry, KD. But then that next tier of players: Anthony Edwards, AD, Embiid, Book, Jayson Tatum. I think Jayson Tatum on the same level as Anthony Edwards. Not to mention, he really on a higher level because he won a championship. Won a championship, done been to 2, multiple conference finals, multiple big games. You could say Anthony Edwards just started playing his big games. If I'm looking at that second tier of players, and who would I take first between Anthony Edwards, AD, Embiid, Book, and JT? I'm definitely taking JT next, and then Embiid. I mean, not Embiid, and then AD, then A. The Ant one and Embiid get interesting because Embiid always hurt, and if he wasn't, you'd take him even higher. You'd probably take him first if he wasn't always hurt. And Anthony Edwards always healthy. That's why I would take him third probably. So for me, it'd probably be JT, AD, Ant, Embiid, Book. Even though I think Book is cold. I mean, no disrespect by taking Book last. But that's the second tier of players. Mind you, I'm not taking Jaylen Brown over any of them players I done named. Not Bron, not Curry, not KD, not JT, not AD, not Ant, not Embiid, or Book. Then you get to that next tier of players. Drew Holiday, Bam Adebayo, and Tyrese Halliburton. This is where you start to say, maybe one of these players you would take over Jaylen Brown over. I'm not taking Jaylen Brown over Bam Adebayo. Now, I understand some people would say, oh, I'd take him over Halliburton right now. The only reason you're saying that is because Halliburton's into the season, and because of how Halliburton didn't know what he wanted to be in certain games, it made it look odd. I'm not taking him over Tyrese Halliburton, though. Halliburton, to me, got the higher ceiling. Now, Drew Holiday, if you want to take him over Holiday, I understand that. He's the younger player, so he clearly had a higher ceiling, but I don't think he is better than Drew Holiday. I don't think it's a metric or any type of look at him play that you can point out and say he is better than. He's not the better defender between him and Drew. They shooting about on the same level. He just got the ball in his hand more than Drew, basically, because he was already with the Celtics. He was drafted there. Drew was traded there last year. So, of course, he going to get more opportunities than Drew. But Drew was a champion before he got here, and he played a big role in being a champion. So, listen, if you want to take him over Drew, cool, but I'm not taking him over Drew. So that's when the last tier come in, and that's with Derek White. And that's the only other guy, that's the only definitive, yeah, I'd take him over Derek White. That's the only one that's a definitive one, in my opinion. So that's another reason why I think the Jaylen Brown conversation is silly. But back to JT. Like I was saying, because of the way I view JT, I do understand how people would say, though, to an extent, he can't play no minutes. And I agree, because like I said, Bron, Curry, KD are the only guys that I have above JT when I'm ranking these players. That's it. So, yeah, by that logic, even though my hardcore logic is the only 3 guys who should never not play is Bron, Curry, KD. But because I love JT so much, you know what? I've now talked myself into reevaluating my opinion. I've thought about it. I've talked about it, and now I agree with the jackasses and dumbasses that usually roam Twitter, and actually the logical people out there also. Jayson Tatum cannot play. That's my gripe with Steve Kerr. It's not just a Derek White thing now. Jayson Tatum cannot not play. You have to find time for Jayson, especially because the only person who came back was Kevin Durant. Like, I get Kevin Durant coming back, but Jayson Tatum, to me, is better than... Now, I understand some people might say that, no, I don't understand if you say need. No, Jayson Tatum got to play. JT got to play. JT definitely got to play. Now, you can tell. This is what I be saying when people try to tell me that I'm biased and shit. I'm like, I'm not biased. If I'm being biased, I'll say I'm being biased because I'm probably being biased on purpose. I hate the Celtics. JT is the 4th best player on this team, in my opinion. I'm going to catch hell for that. Because I know for a fact there's people out there who are going to say Ant, AD, Embiid are better than him. It's going to be some people who say Devin Booker better than him. It's going to be some delusional Heat fans out there who say Bam Adebayo is better than JT. And I'm just... the thought of that conversation And I'm not going to pay any attention to the Pacer fans who think Halliburton is better than JT. And Boston fans aren't. I was about to say that word. Boston fans aren't stupid. They're not. Well, they are stupid, but they're not going to say Derek White or Drew Holiday is better than JT. So, yeah. So yeah, y'all right. Y'all right. If you said that JT should have played, if he cannot play, you are absolutely correct. That's basically what we done concluded after that conversation. That was a great discussion. I'm glad that I'm glad y'all convinced me into that, because sometimes I might be a little too firm on my stances, and like I said, my stance on what a superstar is. I kind of think Jayson Tatum is a superstar now. Also, by the way, people ain't gonna like that either. I'm kind of biased with JT, man. It really don't count. I don't really know how I'm biased with him, because he don't play for teams that I root for. Like, he played for the Celtics. I root against the Celtics. He is just a great player. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's me. Maybe I look at his game and I say to myself, the only problem I have is his inefficiency in big games. Other than that, I don't know what he could do that would make anybody like his game anymore. He defend, he rebound, he run the floor, he can run the offense at times. He can score inside, outside. I do wish he would finish more, because sometimes I think he settled for the three-pointer a little too much. Jayson Tatum could be the best player in the world in a different situation. This is why I say Jayson Tatum alongside, because I think that the best Kevin Durant has ever been was when he was next to Steph Curry, because that allowed him to be the absolute best player he could possibly be. If you put Jayson Tatum beside Steph Curry, Jayson Tatum would have been considered the best player in the NBA by now. I don't understand why people hate Jayson Tatum so much. But nonetheless, back to those big three of LeBron, Steph, and Kevin Durant. Such a joy. We got to cherish these moments. What, LeBron is in his 20th or 21st season? KD is in his 18th season. Curry in his 16th season. I hate to say it, but they ain't got 10 more years in the tank. I would love it if they did, but they don't. We got to cherish these moments, man. It is an absolute treat to see these three run the court together for Team USA. Because the possibility or the chance that these three would be together on the same team in the regular season of an NBA season is highly unlikely. Now, if you were one of the people who hated on that Warriors run when it was KD and Steph, then, now I'm finna piss Warrior fans off. If you were a part of that run, if you watched during that Curry and KD run and you hated on it, that's unfortunate, because I think that was one of the funnest, if not the funnest era of basketball, or one of the funnest teams I done ever watched. Easily. It used to be so much fun watching Steph and KD and all the other dudes on that team. Like, that was just some of the greatest, most fluid basketball I have ever seen. And I understand what KD is talking about when he say, I understand sets, but sets ain't always a thing. Sometimes you just got to let players be players. Because when you look at the Warriors, as great as the sets were, Steph and KD were still just absolute generational scorers. They generational players, but the fact that generational score is a part of that kit, I understand what KD is saying, because KD is looking at the Warriors and saying, yes, the offense was great. Steve Kerr's offense was great. However, how good would this offense be if me and Steph still didn't do what we did? Like, you still have to have, like, this offense can work, but it can't work to peak efficiency, or the way it's working. It still is not just the offense. It's also me and Steph being able to do what we do that also alleviates some of the things that this offense might face. And that's true. I agree with what he's saying. I'm getting tired of people on Twitter trying to tell Kevin Durant how basketball should be played or what basketball is and shit like that. Like, yo, the nerve of these motherfuckers, bro. The nerve. But I understand exactly what he is saying. Because you can say the triangle offense is great. But how great could the triangle be if you take out the talents and the scoring ability of a Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan? Well, now I'm finna piss Michael Jordan fans off. If you take out the scoring ability of a Michael Jordan, a Kobe Bryant, a Shaquille O'Neal, how great could that triangle would that triangle's efficiency have been at its peak without those three dominant players? So I absolutely understand what KD is saying, because at the end of the day, a set ain't always going to work. There'll always be a team that figure out how to slow down an offensive system. That's why you still have to have a play. I say this all the time when I talk about in the NFL. I don't care how good of a team you have. I said this about the 49ers last year. In the NFL, see what KD is saying is much like the quarterback position. If you don't have a quarterback, you will not beat the best teams. I don't care how great you think you are. If you are a 49er, if you don't have a quarterback that can go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes, then you don't have a chance. You need a Pat Mahomes, a Joe Burrow, a Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, a CJ Stroud, a Dak Prescott, a Jalen Hurts. You need those type of quarterbacks. Now, you could take Dak out of that conversation. I understand that a lot of people say that, and some people be like, well, if you put them in it, you got to put Brock Purdy in it. And maybe Brock Purdy is becoming that type of quarterback. But you cannot have a quarterback. Now, I do take Dak out. I'm thinking about the quarterbacks who can actually win on the road also, which is Lamar, Burrow, Allen. Really, to me, it's just Allen, Mar, Burrow, Pat Mahomes. You need those type of quarterbacks. Oh, and CJ Stroud to be able to win. It don't matter how great that offensive scheme is. Those type of quarterbacks will always find a way to beat you in the end. They done proven it time and time again. I don't care how great you're. Now, it's times where those quarterbacks will lose games because of things like Zay Flowers fumbling the ball and somehow it's all being blamed on Lamar Jackson, but that's neither here nor there. But most of the time, those quarterbacks get it done. It don't matter how great your system is. When they got that guy, they have a chance. That's exactly what KD is saying. The system, he has not at no point in time said systems don't matter. At no point in time did he say Steve Kerr's system didn't matter and Steve Kerr's system wasn't good. He said the players still mattered though, because how could you be the talent of a Steph Curry and a KD and it not? And KD is basically stating the very fucking obvious. On a team with me and Steph fucking Curry, with a sniper like Clay, how could it only be the system and not Kevin Durant and Steph Curry are generational scorers? Clay is a generational catch and shooter. Like, come on now. So I absolutely get what KD is saying right there. But you want to know what my dream would be? Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron James on the exact same team in the regular season for like 2 years as a farewell to end their careers and win 2 championships back to back. A lot of the old heads ain't gonna like it. I could give 2 fucks about what the old heads don't like. They just be hating because they didn't think of this shit earlier and they let the owners and the GMs run them. These players don't let that happen. And the fans always act like they hate that shit, like that shit affects them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. They go out here in their everyday life and try to do the best thing for them, you would think, but they get mad when players do it. I'll never understand it. But I want to see Curry, Bryant, and KD on the same team. That's what my dream NBA team would be. I don't know how it would work. I don't know where they would need it. Now, I would hope that would be on like Golden State or LA. I want it to be on one of those 2 teams. I don't want it to be on like Phoenix, bro. I don't want it to be on Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be on the Knicks. I don't want it to be on one of them obnoxious ass fan bases. You know, I'm not saying Phoenix fan base isn't obnoxious. I don't want a Knicks fan base though. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. They don't deserve that. But that would be my dream. But nonetheless, I'll take what I can get, which is this Team USA thing. And you really, in my opinion, people got to cherish this. Like, people have been so hyper focused on trying to say that other teams done caught up to the USA and USA don't do this. They don't. Just enjoy what you're watching. Now I'm seeing people have conversation about the biggest difference for Team USA is going to be Kevin Durant. Yo, over LeBron. Like, yo, who gives a fuck? They have Bron, Curry, and KD. That's the biggest fucking difference over every other fucking team. Why are we trying to pit the team against each other? Like, this is why I say journalism, sports journalism is just, it's a travesty right now. It's in a terrible spot because these are absolutely brain dead conversations being had right now surrounding the surrounding Team USA. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. Like, somebody in the crowd had a sign for the women that said, "You're not gonna win. You're not gonna beat us without Caitlin Clark." Team USA haven't lost a game in like 56 fucking attempts. They don't need Caitlin Clark. I hope it wasn't a Japan fan because the way the foot got put in that ass today. It ain't no Asia Wilson on no other team on any other country in the Olympics. There's not a Brianna Stewart on any other team in these Olympics. And the fact that y'all feel so confident, so secure in yourselves, consistently disrespecting Diana Taurasi, the greatest WNBA player in a lot of people's minds, certainly one of the greatest Olympians for the WNBA and NBA. I don't understand it, man. The fans, bro, so disrespectful. But she is another person who I think people should enjoy her last rides, because who knows if Diana Taurasi, if this could very well be Diana Taurasi. I know it feel like she just will not retire, but this very well could be her very last Olympic. Just like this could be the last one for Curry, KD, and Bron. I definitely think it'll be their last one, all three together. It's the first one where all three of them on the team at the same time. It'll certainly probably be the last one. So I hope that it does not matter if you are a fan of one of them and hate the other two. They are on the same fucking team right now. You don't have to hate them. Just enjoy what you are watching. You will not see this type of level of greatness together again for a long time. Like, I know it's very easy for people nowadays to call everybody great. Brianna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, and Asia Wilson being on the team at the same time, that's greatness. LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant being on the same team at the same time is greatness. Just like it was when Melo, Bron, Kobe. Cherish this. Cherish it. And I'm going to be honest with y'all for a second also. If you one of those people who think that Jaylen Brown, if you upset that Jaylen Brown didn't make this team, listen, when the Olympics come back in 2028, Bron probably won't be on the team because he'll probably be retired. It's a possibility that Curry and KD could possibly be retired, but I don't think neither one of those two will come back either. I think this will more than likely be their last. I think, for one, KD will be the all-time winning Olympian for the NBA if he win this one. But I really think Bron, Curry, and KD want to end their Olympic careers together like this. So I think this will be their last one for all three of them. So that's 3 spots that's going to open up right there. Ant and AD will more than likely be on the team. Embiid. Unless he want to play for like Cameroon or he'll probably be on Team USA again also. Book will be here. Tatum will be here. Anthony Edwards and JT will probably be the leaders of the team by that point in time. Drew probably won't be here. Halliburton will be here. Bam will be here. I mean, so look at all them spots. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 spots. Because Derek White will more than likely not be here also. 5 spots just opened up. Surely Jaylen Brown will be on the team by that point in time. He better pray that Victor Wembanyama don't end up wanting to play for Team USA. Because it's a possibility that could end up happening. He could end up wanting to play for Team USA. I don't think he would, but who knows? But all I'm saying is also, that's not a sure thing either. Like, Jaylen Brown in 2028 might not be he still might not be a top 10 player because I don't think he's a top 10 player right now. I mean, there's other players who didn't make Team USA who I would have took over Jaylen Brown. Kyrie is not one of them. I know a lot of people keep saying Kyrie. Nah, I probably would have took Kyrie. Nah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I probably would have took Kyrie over JB. Yeah, I probably would have. I don't know. The way I think about the dudes who didn't make it, all of them didn't make it for the same reason to me. It just wasn't a great fit for Team USA. It's nothing personal. I just think it's crazy how some people talking about like, because when you look at the talent pool, you have a better chance of saying Kyrie is better than a number of these players that I named than Jaylen Brown. It's people right now who think Kyrie is better than Embiid, Devin Booker, Jayson Tatum, Anthony. It's people right now who would take Kyrie over these dudes. Not me, but it's people who would. So, you know, maybe what I'm saying ain't the craziest thing, you know? But I think it was one more thing. Oh, yeah. And before we get on up out of here, the last thing I wanted to talk about when it pertains to Team USA, I'm going to tell y'all who we play next also, but Bron, a near triple-double. Near triple-double. He finished a rebound shy and 3 assists short. No. 3 rebounds shy and an assist short, I believe it was. Or vice versa. It was one of those. His numbers was 21, 9, and 7. I would have liked to see my boy get that triple-double. Steph had a turnaround, walk-away three-pointer that was just filthy. I ain't gonna lie. When he did it and I saw it, I kind of thought to myself, this disrespectful motherfucker. Y'all know I absolutely love Steph. I said that in a good way. Like, if I was on the opposing team, my thoughts would have been like, yo, this disrespectful motherfucker. Like, that shit would have pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie to you. That would have pissed me off if I was on the other. That's like one of the first times I seen a Steph Curry turnaround walk-away 3 that made me say to myself, yo, if I was on the other team, I'd be mad as shit right now, yo. That was one of them, because all the theatrics after. This is also one of the first times I realized why people be like, man, I don't like Steph because he's just so animated. Boy, he was animated as hell on that turnaround. Yo, this dude's disgusting. Enjoy Bron, Curry, and KD, man. Oh my God, y'all gotta enjoy this, cause it don't happen. It just don't. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Also, enjoy Team USA women putting a foot in Belgium's ass the next time we play. Yes, the next game for Team USA women will be against Belgium. I expect to put our foots in their asses. I don't know a single player on the Belgium team, so you might say the world done caught up in the men's. But it definitely ain't caught up on the women's side. I expect this to be about, I'm going to be nice, 30 points. It took everything in my soul not to say 40. This going to be a 30-point ass beating. Belgium, get ready. And next we play South Sudan. Now listen, a lot of people and talking heads on TV were disrespecting South Sudan the first time we played South Sudan by, saying South Sudan and all this type of stuff. I want to second what they said the first time. I'm going to say it the second time. South Sudan. Oh, so y'all think just because we beat them by like 2 points that I give a fuck? We going to beat them by 40 this time. Now, we going to beat them by 30, though. So my threshold is 30 for both teams. Fuck a South Sudan. Fuck a North Sudan, a East Sudan, and a West Sudan. Team USA by 100. You heard it here first. See, Saint don't fear none of these other teams. There's no fear in my heart. Why would I be scared of any of these other fucking teams when we got Steph Curry? Apologies. When we got LeBron James, Steph Curry, and KD coming into games. And then I'm looking at the other dudes and like, oh, well, we also got Jayson Tatum, Anthony Edwards, AD, Embiid, Book, Drew, Holly, Bam, featuring Derek White. Why would I be scared going into these games knowing that Derek White ain't got to play a single minute of a fucking game? Like, come on, that's like an old person buying Life Alert knowing good and damn well they never going to have to use it, But just in case, let me keep that bit on standby. You dig. Shout out to Young Thug. But listen, I mean, no disrespect to Belgium or South Sudan. I just expect, listen, we're just better. Okay? We are just better. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to let the fact that you think you almost beat us. See, I hate that. When people lose, they be like, oh, well, we almost beat you. No, you almost didn't beat us, motherfucker. You lost. You didn't almost lose. You lost. Don't try to flip this into we almost won. No. You didn't almost win. You definitely lost, motherfucker. So you going to use that little flugaze, little moral victory to come into the next game as some type of motivation. And we really going to put our foot in y'all asses. Steph going to be on 10. KD didn't even play last time. They was making a big deal because Bogdanovic didn't play for Serbia. Like that motherfucker was Steph Curry and KD or some shit. No. Now, KD is playing. You know what I expect? I changed my mind. We winning by 40. Because we're going to send a message to South Sudan. You guys, all the talking heads that ran like cowards after y'all gave us a close fight. I was like, you know what? They actually so good. I fear none of you, okay? I trust them boys that suit up for that red, white, and blue. We about to put our foots in y'all ass. We about to spank y'all ass. And I just want y'all to know, if we win by 1 point, that's still spanking y'all ass in these settings, bro. Baseball rules. So, basically like baseball score. So, listen, you really can't win this with me. The only way you can win this is if you actually beat us. And that ain't gonna happen. So, with that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Basically the Olympics edition. If you haven't watched one of these games, I understand why. It's very hard. I didn't talk a lot about the women's game because I couldn't watch the game because I was at work when that game come on. They come on at these weird-ass times, man. I guess it's because of Paris timing. Nonetheless, I appreciate you for joining me. Catch the Olympics if you can. Tell me in the comments what Olympics you're watching. I appreciate you for joining me. Like, subscribe, share. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. And come back for another episode of Kicking It with Saint. I fuck with you. I love you. Saint out.
You find yourself alone, riding in green fields with the sun on your face. Do not be troubled. Brothers, what we do in life echoes in eternity.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy. Scoop her up like I'm raking the something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.